That deploy is supposed to start at about 18 minutes and 27 seconds into the flight, so just about 7 minutes from now. That deploy will take place over a couple of minutes. It'll go about one satellite a minute, so we'll be spread out over that. It might get a little dark, but we've got a couple of views that we can show you to see that deploy in action. After that, we're also looking to do a relight of a single Raptor engine while we are in space. We've done this once before.
Supposed to do that?
This is not necessary to deorbit.
A lot of stuff just started shaking around over there.
But this is essentially a chance to test out what we need to be able to do a deorbit burn. So we'll be doing that a little bit later in the flight, about 37 minutes or so into the flight. And then we get into reentry. We're looking to get that light show and, more importantly, get that really critical data about the ship's heat shield.
Yeah,
exactly. At about T plus 45 minutes, we'll be heading
stuff.
For reentry. Again, running those experiments with the tiles.
Calm down.
Doing missing tiles, metallic tiles, and
the ship is still staying on the right trajectory, guys. So as long as she stays stable, whatever, it's good.
Splashdown in the Indian Ocean today.
Yeah, we were able to get to a reentry last time, but we didn't have full attitude control, so we weren't able to go in, heat shield first the way we're designed to. So we ended up losing contact with the ship before we could make it all the way through. So you still get data, but you're not really getting the data that we want to make sure we're kind of stress testing the vehicle. As Amanda just said, we removed a bunch of tiles, and we do this in some intentionally scary places on the vehicle because we're really looking, are there spots that were vulnerable to this?
Adjust your attitude.
Ever start moving
Sorry,
towards,
Seth,
putting ship into a full orbital mission to then do re-entries
had a bad experience
a little
watching
bit
these in
later
the
on.
past.
So really, really critical to get that data. Really looking forward
I see
to a controlled re-entry.
Yeah, for sure. As we always say, our main payload is data. But today we also have some actual payload on board, and those simulators that Starship will be deploying, we'll see coming up here in just a few minutes.
Fuel that you don't
These
need.
are dummy satellites that are about the same size as our V3 Starlinks. We have 8 in the Starship PEZ dispenser.
So see these things right there? Those are your overwrap pressure vessels. Those are the things on Ship 36 that got very angry. You see all those tubes on the left side of your screen? Those are the ones that, don't drop those and then put them in the ship and be like, yeah, it's cool, because they'll pop very easily.
Real-time telemetry through every phase of flight.
Yeah, we took a peek.
I didn't see any crazy stuff going on inside of the payload bay there, guys. Everything looked okay.
They kind of look just big steel plates, essentially. They're roughly the same size
tested an emergency
as those V3 satellites. When we do get that view inside of the payload bay, the payload door will kind of be on your right.
Guys, these tiles that are on top of the wing, those are experimental. The payload bay door is right here, and it should open up and in. So it should go that way first, and then up, and then back. It kind of is almost like a letterbox. These are the satellites, and those are the rails for the dispenser. So it'll go down, shoot one out, go down, shoot another one out, go down, shoot another one out. Hopefully that's what we see.
Last flight, as when we had that fuel diffuser fail, the pressure in the nose cone became basically too high for the actuator of the door to open.
Refresh, all right.
We have not seen anything like that on this flight. Everything's looking good with our fuel.
It is. They call it the PEZ
and
dispenser.
Our fuel press system. So we are hopefully just a couple of minutes away from seeing that payload door open and getting to our first ever payload.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Carried.
I don't know what that is.
It's the first one we're going to try and shoot off into space.
That's some kind of gas propagating around inside of the payload bay.
All right, so I think we're supposed to open the payload door in just about a minute and change. And you're seeing a little bit of residual gas. And we opened the door once. I want to say it was back on Flight 3 when we were able to make it up into space. And you'll kind of see a lot of that gas rushing out into the vacuum of space. It's the residual that's left over after we've already vented it down. So kind of a cool light show. and then we'll get ready
to
deploy those.
Dan just said
payloads
it's
out.
residual gas. That's fine. So check this out. Those are your fuel and oxidizer lines to your header tanks up there. Those are the fuel for the landing burn that happens a little bit later is up there in the nose cone. Those are the lines that go back down to the main tanks. Those are your COPVs. These are the overwrap pressure vessels. They hold nitrogen.
And as we mentioned, so we have crossed over now at this point into an orbital
Its
nighttime.
location
So
is right there.
views from the outside will get pretty dark.
Right there.
But
It's out over the Atlantic
see what
right
we
now.
can see. We do this by design. We've been
Ooh, the
launching
crew replaces
these
the man version.
later
Somewhere up
in the
there.
day here in Texas to try and get daytime views when we splash down. So
How
it's
big is it
daytime over
inside?
in the Indian Ocean.
So, guys, from where this camera is to the other wall on the opposite side is 9 meters. That's about 30 feet. Starship is huge. My house could fit inside of the payload bay. Okay, some context here. All right, Skylab, the largest thing ever launched up until Starship into space. Skylab, if you took the telescope mount off and took its solar panels off, it could fit in there. Well, maybe not anymore because of the header tanks, but it's close. There's the door. There it is. It's opening. I don't know if you could tell from chat, the door is opened.
So we are currently in payload deploy prep.
Dude, it worked. Yes. Bring me the Pez, Elon. Let's go.
And the door is open.
Listen to Dan. He's so hyped that he's trying to contain. The door is open. I want the Pez, fool.
All right, so the payload door is open. We should see the first satellite start to deploy at about T plus 18 minutes and 27 seconds. So should be only about 30 seconds. So one step closer. Hal, listen this time. He cooperated. He opened the payload door for
that's
us.
awesome. Dude, there's the
There's
COPV.
a view kind of behind the Pez here looking out into the vacuum of space.
Yeah, see the door is right. The door opened up. That's the
15
payload.
seconds until payload
The payload
deploy.
bay opening right there. See, that's the vacuum, baby. Oh man, that's cool. So that camera is down over here, looking this way.
Ship has transitioned to payload deploy.
Come on, come on. Come on. You can do it. Oh. 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 Oh, there he goes. It's working.
There we go.
Yes. Bye-bye. Oh, don't get stuck. Oh, no, don't get stuck. Oh, no, don't get stuck. Oh, no. Okay, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. They sent it. Oh. Oh.
Pew pew. Been waiting way too long to do that. There we go.
There goes another one.
Bro. Dude, that's awesome. Holy crap.
Super exciting moment as you can hear the energy in both Hawthorne and Starbase. Everyone's super excited for finally getting to deploy some of those
Dude, that's
simulated
nuts.
satellites.
Pez system moving down. Next row. There we go. As we said, we're going to do about one every minute or so. And this is just kind of a dress rehearsal for when we're going to be deploying the V3 satellites. And these are just a massive
Wow.
increase to Starlink's capability. Each one of them has its 60 terabits per second of capacity that's going to get added to the network per launch. That's 20 times more than what we're adding with every single Falcon 9 launch today. Which step increase in capability. There goes another one.
Awesome! Don't get stuck. What is it doing? It's bringing it back. No, I don't want to go. He did. Fried shrimp, yeah.
All right, so as we said, we've got 8 total that we're going to go through today. It's about a minute for each one, but looking good on payload deploy.
That looks so goofy. I love it. Dude. That looks so goofy. I love it. That's so cool. Like a Rube Goldberg machine. It's pretty good for the first time, Nova. It's pretty good, dude. I like it. It's cool. Once you see the chain drive over there.
So we're about halfway through.
Literally KSP
we actually
run.
start launching the
$20
V3
super
Starlinks
chat. Thank you.
On Starship. We're going to be flying about 60 each time, so it'll be about an hour to get through a full stack. But again, it's just going to be a massive increase in the amount of bandwidth. It's going to enable
I see what it's doing. There's 2 of them. There's 2 rows of them. So it shoots one, backs up, and shoots another. I get it.
Part of just the Starship flight test program.
Yeah, absolutely. Always getting us that data, and
yeah, I see it.
Yeah, the amazing
each row
views
it does it twice. I get
today.
you. I get you.
Yeah, views brought to you by Starlink of us deploying Starlink simulators before we deploy actual Starlinks. How deep does it go? All right, another one firing out.
That is so wild, dude. Oh, man. Views from Starlink while they launch Starlinks that are prototypes for bigger Starlinks. Dan Hewitt, 2025.
Pez looking smooth today.
Yes, Drip Lord, that's correct. The Pez is looking smooth. Dude, look, my machinist brain is looking at all those billet parts. Look at all the billet up in here, dude. Oh, it's beautiful. It's up in space, Tiger. It's deploying dud satellites to test the payload deployment mechanism. Watch the chain drive on the right-hand side. If you see the chain drive start to go, there it goes. Bye-bye.
All right, looks like we've got one left.
Almost there.
Yeah, there you go. One remaining. So 7 of the 8 have been deployed. 1 more to go. And then we will have completed our first ever payload deploy operation. Just a reminder, we're on a suborbital trajectory. These satellites on that exact same suborbital trajectory, they're going to burn up entirely and are on that same trajectory towards the Indian Ocean.
It's real good, man.
The last one has been deployed. Starlink simulator payload complete. Heck yeah, everybody.
Loving the energy from Starbase and Hawthorne.
Close the pod bay doors, Hal. Close the pod bay doors.
Yeah, now it's empty. Looking a little lonely, but
successfully deployed all the simulator satellites.
Really, really cool to see them out there. Again,
Hal,
people that have followed know Starlink's really critical for the Starship program, in addition to, getting all those views back from the cameras on Starship, which this is an external view. As I said, it's dark outside right now. The lights are off. So it's going to be hard to make stuff out. But in a little while, the sun's going to start coming up as we get to re-entry, which is going to be really critical. We use Starlink for Starship data. Cameras also use it on the cameras that we use to bring you views of these launches, and also hopefully of the re-entry and splashdown. We'll see what we get from the Indian Ocean today. And that's just kind of how it all comes together. Like, we're using Starlink on the planet, off the planet. With Starship, we actually get pretty insane. If you're in the space industry, bandwidth to space is usually pretty minimal. We get about 120 megabits per second. That's split between our high-definition video and real-time telemetry. We get that every phase of flight, including re-entry. So it's not just giving us views of re-entry, but we're getting all of that engineering data in real time through phases that it used to be impossible to get that in real time. So just really incredible.
Yeah, Starlink definitely affords us all this capability. And awesome, reminder, it's the world's largest satellite constellation operating in low Earth orbit to deliver high-speed, low-latency broadband internet. This provides internet access to people all around the world, many of whom had never had connectivity before. Today, Starlink serves more than 150 countries, territories, and other markets, with over 6 million active customers and counting. To meet the growing global demand for high-speed internet, SpaceX expanded its factory in Bastrop, Texas, and also introduced Starlink Mini, as well as an upgraded version of the Starlink Standard kit.
All right, now with payload deploy complete, Starship is now going to close its payload bay door and continue to coast towards Earth, around Earth, towards the Indian Ocean. Sorry, I'm really excited today. We are in space, people. Still a lot of major events to come, though. We are looking to relight one of those Raptor engines at about 37 minutes, 33 seconds into the flight, followed by atmospheric entry, hell of a light show,